Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, let's talk about some Warhammer. No battle report today just yet. I'm still working on editing it. We're just gonna try it. We're gonna try and do this one right because I didn't promise to have this one out at a certain time, and I'm gonna try and get it together in a better fashion this time around. All right? So we'll give it time. I know it's gonna be out today, but it's not. And it might not be out tomorrow either. We'll see. We're talking about the way that my orks have performed, though. Has something to do with the battles. In the battles, I've used all of my units. I've used every last one of them now. From my storm boys to my fucking battle wagons and my other units. Yeah. You know, we'll put it this way. I'm not the best dude to be telling you what's the most effective because I've only played a few games. But I can tell you what has done well in my games. And what if I had to put together a hurt things list at this point, or a try hard list at this point, I'd have an idea of how to try to approach it. So, just based off of the performance of my units, because I'm a noob at both painting these things and playing the game. But in 8th edition, so far the units have been the most unfortunate are my storm boys here. They get attention, and there's only 5 of them, and then they go and they disappear. So that might be the misfortune on their part. I'm not sure. But when I get more of them, it's going to be fantastic because we're going to move on to my favorite unit, the regular old boys. Holy fuck, are boys mobs amazing. They're fucking amazing. And I've used them in multiple fashions now. Large blobs of 30 and a large blob of 30 with small hit teams. And if I'm gonna run it ways, I'm gonna run it with a few blobs of 30 and then or 30 into 20 and then just fucking pummel shits. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah. 10 boys with a knob with a big chopper does work. So you don't even have to put that many points in to get a really valid option to bring into a charge and do a heavy hit and just kill shit. That, and actually in my last game, my second game as my homeboy, where I used strike teams, the mob that did the most work was a 10-boy strike team with a knob with a big chopper, because they just charged into shit and started hacking shit down, and they got knocked off here and there, and when they got focused, they died. But by the time they got focused, they'd already killed a shitload of stuff because he was paying attention to something else, and then they came in, they charged into one combat and cleaned shit up, and then he was like, oh, I'm going to kill those guys when they come back into combat. But by the time they come back into combat, they'd already done another charge and had a huge effect on the battle and done a lot of work again. And then he killed them, and I was like, they fucking more than made their points back. They murdered so much shit. They killed a Trigon Prime. And they also did a lot of damage. They slaughtered a the Gaunts with the Claw Squad. And they fucking fucked up a Hive Tyrant. Like, fucked up a Hive Tyrant. But what's even crazier is 30 boy squads. How many, like, they get targeted more, and therefore they're harder to bring in and out of combat. But if you have a few of them, using those as strike teams is even crazier. And as Conor McGregor says, I can go all day. All day I can go. Just watch, I can go all day. That's what these 30 boy squads can do. They can go all day. All day they can go. They can just fucking take hit after hit after hit and keep on coming back with blobs and blobs of attacks. But they're harder to maneuver because they're in mass, and they also, like I said, get targeted more by more elite units and heavy firepower. Because like I said with my other units, it's too late. They'd already done all the work, and he's like, shit, I gotta kill those guys. Yeah. Battle Wagon. Their firepower is terrifying, but it was never that effective for the orks. But what was effective was how much damage they soaked up for my units. My Battle Wagon here took some just gigantic fucking what's it called? King Kong shit on his face because he got charged by a Hive Tyrant. No, the Swarm Lord, the named guy, with a bunch of his Tyrant Guard, and they focused it down, and that would have been enough to annihilate the dudes inside. But he took all of their attacks, and then I got to get them out, but he actually did a really... I like what he did because he consolidated into my boys' squad from my Battle Wagon and then tied up my boys' squad, which was alright, and that's why it was not as maneuverable. But they take a lot of hits, and at toughness 8, 16 wounds. I don't know how they are in points comparatively. I was really satisfied with how much firepower they soaked up, because they didn't really get to fire that much, but they pulled off the other job of a tank, which was they ate all of the fire. Like, one got charged the first turn, and then I had to maneuver the other one to be able to deploy a bunch of units, otherwise they were going to get destroyed, and then that soaked up a fuckload of damage itself. And then, yeah, in melee combat, they would be far more deadly if they had attacks and, I mean, not weapons, not attacks, but things like the Death Roller, which will still be on there. But I'm really satisfied with all my units. It's been fun. I can't wait to get 30 Storm Boys. It's going to be fucking terrifying. I might actually play them in units of like 10 or 20. Later!